Tesla is fighting back Oklahoma politicians trying to shut down its stores. Tesla has had to jump through hoops to operate in Oklahoma. For years, the state legislature has been pushing laws to try to prevent Tesla from selling its vehicles to customers in the state. In 2022, there was a bill that was considered which was so wide-reaching that Tesla feared it will go as far as preventing from pushing software updates over the air to its current fleet. Tesla had to compromise and operate its stores as galleries in the state, which means people can come in for a test drive, but they cannot place an order in the store. They have to go to Tesla's website to place the order. But now 2 Republican legislators are trying to shut that down too. And yesterday, the Senate voted 10-3 for this bill. Tesla is encouraging its fans to contact their legislators to vote down the bill in the House. So if you are from Oklahoma, make sure to do that. 2,600 deliveries were reported in China. That's because of the Chinese New Year. Everything is just closed in China, so this is normal. This potentially could be pretty good news for Tesla. Tesla supplier CATL, the battery supplier, has reportedly restructured the shareholdings of 2 top executives to avoid a foreign entity of concern designation under the IRA. CATL's restructuring could be about qualifying for the $7,500 tax credits in the US. We know that Tesla still buys some batteries from China, and that's why, for example, the Model 3 does not qualify for federal tax credits in the US. Troy, though, says this is indirectly related to the compact car. The cell production for Giga Mexico needs to be in the US. So if it really is made in the US, Tesla should get these tax credits. But if it's fully owned by a foreign entity, the US could also make some changes. It appears to me that the US is pretty hostile to China at the moment, and this does sound bullish, but I would be a bit cautious here. Elon Musk has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize as a stout proponent for free speech and helping Ukraine to communicate, coordinate, and withstand the attack from Russia with Starlink. You don't often see positive articles about Elon Musk in the mainstream media, but here you go. This is great. Tesla FSD Beta V12 is going out to more people. I would love to see a new video from AI drivers specifically reviewing FSD Beta 12. Some good news for all of my Canadian friends. Tesla FSD and annual premium connectivity subscriptions potentially are coming soon to Canada. Finally. Coming back to FSD Beta version 12, Omar just posted another one with no interventions, 0 interventions. This is 40 minutes long and seems like these are becoming more and more common. With FSD 11, I don't think I remember seeing so many no intervention videos from Omar. So this is good. I certainly like that. And what I like about this one is that the weather, at least here in the beginning, is not exactly great. So that's good to know. You remember Elon did say that in areas where it rains, FSD 12 still needed improvement, but it's seemingly works fine here. And this particular drive, 18 minutes long, required 1 accelerator press, and Omar says, this is what I consider a bad drive now. Wow. Now keep in mind, he's in California, so it works quite a bit better there, but if he can make it work there, eventually it's gonna work everywhere. Oh, I don't like this though. In FSD Beta 12, you can no longer dismiss the nag with the scroll wheel. That's what I used to do all the time, because by having to turn the steering wheel a little bit, I would often disengage and I would put the vehicle out of FSD Beta, but I would just increase the volume of the music or decrease it, and it would stop the nag. You cannot do that anymore. So that's so foolish of Nitsa to do that. I mean, I'm paying attention. If I increase the music volume, I'm paying attention. I don't want to disengage. You're making me disengage. Because you actually you cannot just apply pressure on the steering wheel. You have to actually turn it a little bit. Here's another person testing FSD Beta 12. He says it's smooth, can't say this enough, handles speed bumps perfectly. I like that. More confident using the scroll wheel to disabling nag doesn't work. Accelerates to freeway speeds better. Performed a California roll through a stop sign. And this is really good news for FSD V12. This version handled this large dip in the road well. AI Driver says, I have tested this exact scenario in nearly every version. This is the first time it has succeeded. And roundabouts seem to work well too. Extra points for this clip because it's raining. And it stops, waits, and then goes. Very well done. Pretty good. I like this. And we're heading for the exit. Yep, everything's smooth. With FSD 11, when you would have something on the side of a road like these poles, my vehicle at least would freak out a little bit. I don't see anything like that here. I think James has a pretty decent point here. Release of V12 does not excite me. Show me evidence that this engagement rate is decreasing at an increasing rate if you want to excite me. And we know that Tesla is actually tracking that number, but Tesla is not sharing that number. We have seen this movie before. I remain bearish on FSD until Tesla proves otherwise. However, for all automakers to start licensing FSD, it does not need to be perfect. It just needs to be very clear that it is the feature. It needs to be abundantly clear. And if that starts to happen, this could turn into quite a flywheel. Anyway, I know people are excited about getting their FSD beta 12, but I don't have the update yet. I just checked. V12 can do U-turns, but according to the head of autopilot planning and decision making at Tesla, no dedicated effort went into making U-turns work. So some regular people are now getting V12. And here's a comment about this drive. It was a 30-minute drive. It had some highway, and the person said it was notably better than V12. There were several points on drives where there were certain behaviors that consistently would make mistakes that now just completed them effortlessly. He said he did not notice any regression, so that's really good. James, though, made an interesting comment here, even though he's pretty bearish about FSD. He basically just said that even if FSD beta stays in beta forever, it's already worth basically $100 per share if Tesla just makes 2 million cars per year. But of course, Tesla will make many more cars later on. So you can make an argument it's going to be worth a lot more than that, even if Tesla never actually solves FSD beta.